안녕하세요. Greetings to you all. My name is Chin Hong. English name is Esther Hong. Um, it is really good to see you all. Have you ever read a book called 내려놓음? It's a Korean book written by missionary named Lee Yong-kyu. Maybe English translation can be giving up on the hands of the God. Giving up on my life to the hands of God. Maybe that can be the translation for that book. I was serving Konkuk University with Pastor Shin. It was my great joy and honor to serve with the Pastor Shin at Konkuk University. I served there about 2 years prior to going to Mongolia, a small college, to serve there. When I was serving at Konkuk University, one day I came across the book named 내려놓음, Giving Up on My Life to the Hands of the God. When I was reading that book, it was a story about a missionary graduated Harvard University, and he really laid down his older convenient life, prejudice, stable life that is heading ahead of him. Then he decided to go to a small college in Mongolia. That really, it was very refreshing when I read that book. When I was meditating about his journey of faith, one day the church I was serving showed us the short video clip, mission video clip to raise the fund for this small college. It was the same college, and while I was watching that video, I saw a white American woman supposed to be a professor. She comes from United States, but she decided to go to Mongolia, that small college, and she was actually interviewing with the interviewees, saying the reason that she went to Mongolia to serve there was to testify who Jesus is to the students that never heard about the name of the Jesus. And when I saw her interview, that actually trampled my soul. It really challenged me because I also study in the United States. I know what it's like to live in the United States with a lot of promise that ahead of you. But she gave it all just to go there to serve the gospel in a small, shabby college. And that mission video also showed us a dormitory. It was like the water was leaking from the top ceiling, and then the condition was really bad. But this professor didn't have any makeup on her face. Just wore a shady clothes. It didn't even look like a professor to me at that time. But from her face, I saw a glorious holiness. So that image stayed with me for a long time and really challenged me, how can I go to closer to the heart of God? What is the real Christianity? That really brought me a question. Am I a real Christian? Am I a real follower of Christ? What is the Christian how Christians supposed to live? So I struggled with that question for a while. Then I decided to join this small college. I packed everything. I resigned my role at the Konkuk University, and I began my journey with the Lord in this small college of Mongolia. So when I went there, it was very difficult. minus 40 degree in Celsius during the winter time. Sometimes go down below 40, minus 40. So weather condition was really severely bad, and the air pollution was bad as the climate. And a lot of work was waiting for me. So I worked day and night to build the Department of International Relations there. At night I couldn't sleep because all the noise is coming from the dormitory of the student. So at night I stayed up almost all night, and during the day I work from the 9 to 10 in my office. So after a semester was over, my health was completely broke down. I couldn't really function. My left side of the body was almost paralyzed, and I couldn't eat really well during the semester as well because I didn't get paid also. It was a full volunteer service that you're giving it to this college. No payment, but you work very hard. It was, I remember during the time, Apostle Paul, he described his life as a drinking sacrifice to the Lord. Do you know in Bible, we describe the drinking sacrifice that as the blood of Jesus Christ, giving it as a sacrifice to the Lord on the altar. So that was the really time I give my life as the drinking sacrifice on the altar of the Lord. So it was difficult, it was painful, it was a lot of struggle during the way, as Paul confessed, it was difficult for him also. But nevertheless, there was a joy. Nevertheless, there was a joy, and there was a confidence in my heart. God is with us, and God has done so much work through that sacrifice that He appointed me to do. At the end of all this serving, Department of International Relations was founded, and we didn't send out any advertisement on newspaper and elsewhere. But so many students apply for this department, the newly born department. I don't know how they found this, but we began to receive a lot of phone calls from the parents and from the Department of Education. From the students are so much curious about enrolling and applying to this department. So our admission rate was actually higher than the private national university in Mongolia, in Ulaanbaatar. So I was amazed to see that because there was nobody else in the department but myself with my assistant speaking Mongolian. Only 2 persons with one desktop computer. We worked. This kind of miraculous work has happened. So I really thankful that God has used my life to bring many students to this department, and before they graduate, they will receive many opportunity to hear the gospel of the Lord. That was our purpose, to begin that department. And while I was serving this university, I try to find my time to share the gospel with students like Pastor Shin is doing in here. Sometimes during the night time, sometimes during the day, sometimes during my break time, I invite students to come and do the Bible study with me. Actually, sharing a gospel in Mongolia is not free. If foreigners share the gospel with native Mongolian, you are persecuted. You will become a target by the government, and they come to investigate about you. So I have to really risk my status in Mongolia. But God is even greater than that, right? led this Bible study to the Bible school that students can come and eat and stay and live with me and learn about the Bible. And we really serve our neighbors as we collect on our little of the budget. So I request the students, please save some of your pocket money for the outreach. So all of these students, they're very poor. Mongolian, their lifespan is not go beyond the 60-year-old because the harsh environment they have to struggle with. And also their economic life is not that good. Students they usually don't have money, but these students start to collect their pocket money to serve the more less privileged people. So we began to find small and large garbage village to bring food and bring our clothes, used clothes, bring our life items to serve these people. So through serving and through learning about the Bible, they began to change their life. And at the end of this semester of this Bible school, many students give their life as a missionaries to serve the East Central Asia. So I really thank God that God has done so much wonderful work through one person. And I really challenge all of you to become a radical follower of Christ. And when you give your life to Christ, when you completely give your life to Christ, and that is the time that God is starting working with you. So thank you for your support and your prayer. It really encouraged me a lot during the time in Mongolia. And the fruit that God has gave me is the fruit that you also invested in prayer and support. So thank you very much.